There was some shocking stuff this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. So grab a drink and join me. We're talking next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, it's my song. I love this song so much. Hello and welcome to the Bold and the Beautiful after show called The Bold Breakdown. And I am your host, James Lott Jr. I'm so glad you can join me tonight on the eve of our anniversary of the country. Yes, that's right, kids. Eve of our country. I am so excited to be here. And we're going to talk all things that happened this week. And there's a lot of things that happened this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. And we also had Katie, who was in, I think, every episode this week. And I think also Friday, I believe, was episode 200 of this 29th year. Yes, it's kind of crazy. So welcome to the show. You can also follow us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page called The Bold Breakdown. Hello, Ethel. I see my girl Ethel. You guys are my co-hosts tonight, of course. You guys are in here, so please talk in the chat room. I see people are in here watching. Talk in the chat room. I'll read your comments. And if I have any time this week, and then it's a show, I will do some phone calls too. So we'll see how the day it goes by fast a lot of times because we get so excited. But yes, follow us on Facebook. The Bold Breakdown. We've hit over 600 likes. Thank you so much. We're trying to get to 700. At 700, I'll be giving away a prize, a special prize. So let's get there. So please share with everybody. And I want to thank all the Facebook groups who are Bold and Beautiful related that have been sharing and talking about us and have been just so wonderful. I can't do this without you guys. You're all part of the Bold and Beautiful village. So thank you so much. As always, I do a... you can also follow me at James Lott Jr. on Twitter using the hashtag The Bold Breakdown. We can talk about all kinds of stuff there. Again, I want to thank Heather Tom, who was on last week. She was a dream, and we'll have to have her back sometime. She was so good. Hello, Amber's baby. I see you're in there. Oh, my God, thank you. What I always do, as you know, in my segments, I do a lot in Los Angeles, and you can also follow that page on Facebook and on Twitter. It's a lot in LA. I think the @'s implied. And I do things about Los Angeles because Bold and Beautiful set in Los Angeles. This week we're showcasing, and as you can see these, and I'll be posting pictures on our Facebook page, we're featuring Randy's Donuts. Now, Randy's Donuts, we have a picture of the actual site. We're going to pull it up and show you guys. Randy's Donuts is in Inglewood, which is a part of Los Angeles, and it's near the airport. And people usually know it because of the giant donut on the top of the actual location. There's other places with donuts, they're not the same. This one was first, and it's famous. And it's on top, and you see, and that's why it's been in movies like 2012. In 2012, the actual donut rolled off. It went by. It's kind of funny, but these donuts are so good. It's a standalone place where you can do drive-through or you walk up. It's like near the 405 freeway. They're so good. And later on, I'm doing a trivia question giveaway, giving a giveaway, and I'm giving away this beautiful mug from Randy's Donuts, plus you guys, a signed picture from Pearson Faudet. That's right, our buddy Pearson. We love him, so we'll do a trivia question later on in the show, and we're going to do that so you can win those two things. Thank you. Hi, Beatrice. Hi, Michelle. Thank you, Beatrice, so much for saying I'm doing an amazing job. I love doing the show so much, and you guys make it so much fun to do this. This is the last show of the evening for the soaps. I always say grab a drink, whether it's tea or coffee or booze like I'm drinking. Please join me every Sunday, and I'm glad you're here tonight. So let's get started. Let's get started talking. Yummy. Okay. Let's get to Monday, because Monday was very interesting, Monday and Tuesday. And we pick up where we left off. And we had Heather Tom in here, so last week she was telling us that more juicy stuff was coming up. And her and Brooke totally went at it. Where she was just like, okay, have you slept? Have you talked? Have you slept with Brooke? Have you kissed Bill? Or did you tell me the truth? I mean, she was going hard on her. It was so interesting. Did Bill cross the line? She was asking all of these questions. It was so crazy. So, Brooke was trying to play it off. She tried to play it off so much. And then Bill, of course, walks in. Of course. I agree with you guys. Bill is so funny because I see that, like Beatrice is writing in here, Bill is such a liar and a cheat. And yeah, no, Pierce has his shirt on in that pic. I know, it's kind of crazy. Which he didn't have on this week. It's kind of funny. But Bill, like I said, Bill's a strange dichotomy because when he talks about like Liam and Wyatt and all that, he's absolutely correct. But he's not really practicing what he preaches right now. But on some level, you guys can tell me if you disagree, but Katie has been up and down. Not saying he's right, but he has been up and down with her being, I'm on your side, I'm not on your side, I'm on your side, I'm not on your side. It was very interesting that it probably does wear on somebody, but he does feel an obligation to be with her, kind of. I mean, I mean, he's lying to her about the Brooke thing, and that's not fair. And like even Heather Tom said, him and Brooke are actually being really cruel. But this week, Brooke really is trying to not do this. She is seeing, because you know Brooke, the slut from the valley, is really trying not to not to do this with Bill at all and hurt her sister. Because I do believe she does love her sister, and I do believe that Bill loves Katie on some level. He wouldn't have married her. I think he does on some level, but it is all wrong, of course. But Katie apologizes to Bill, of course. I'm really sorry. I've been paranoid. And she really wants to drink. I mean, she really wants to drink. And I totally get it because her intuition is right. It's just like, it's crazy. How can Bill say respect the marriage, shut the hell up? I know, he's being hypocritical. He's totally being hypocritical, completely. And that's what's so kind of frustrating, right? Because he's being wrong. And now Brooke goes to Forrester, and Ridge shows up. I did a poll online, and I went to read you the results because it was really close. I thought it'd be a landslide, but it wasn't. I did a poll. I asked you guys out there on Twitter. This was this last night, an impromptu thing last night and today. Do you want Ridge and Brooke back together, or has it been done too much before? And you guys said, let me see if I get this correct. It was 45% yes, and 50% says no. So it's very close. It wasn't a landslide. So people are divided. There are people who think they should be together. There's chemistry, and there are folks who think it's already been done, go to separate corners. You were, okay, see, Amber's baby, you were a little proud of Brooke last week. I know, Brooke was actually the voice of reason. Like, no, we can't do this. She was trying her best. Ethel, I agree with you. Bill was very much like, do as I say, not as I do, which again, he's not wrong. Do as he say, don't do what he does. He's not wrong, but he's wrong when what he's doing to his wife. Michelle, Bill is grown. At the end of the day, he should man up and leave Katie because he doesn't really want to be with her. I agree. I mean, that's the big lesson. Is that, but remember, they have a talk, and we're going to talk about that because they have a talk about that, about if she decides to leave, what's going to happen. That's a few days later. So Brooke admits to Ridge that she's betrayed her sister with Bill, and Ridge is livid, of course. He's like, what, you and Bill again? I know. So, hi, Nikisha, you're here. Hello, you made it. Good. I'm glad you guys are all here. All 17 people watching. I'm so happy. Brooke did not try hard enough. She tried it. Okay, you know, Ethel, you know how hard it is for Brooke. Brooke is like, a man looks at her, a certain way, and she just melts. That's been her MO for years. But I loved her talk with Ridge because she talked about that. She was saying how I was a strong woman once. I used to be strong for a while. I shouldn't have to depend on a man. So I don't know, guys out there, you guys have been through that or know people who've been like that. I don't know. So Katie and Leah might happen. Ooh, well, that's interesting because I'll get to that day. We'll talk about that, and I'll tell you what I think about that one. So I'll keep that in mind. Just like no. Meanwhile, we continued also from Friday of the week before, Ridge, Caroline, Thomas, and Douglas, where Ridge actually completely apologized. The Ridge that we know and love kind of came back and stopped being King Ridge. And you guys who are listening to the podcast, I did the air quotes for King because he kept saying that a couple times. But it was very much so where he's like, I was wrong. You guys should be a family. And when Thomas said, and this is your granddad, I was like, oh my God, it's so funny. It's gonna be like, so it's good. So I was really proud of this kind of thing. And but Thomas, let's get Pearson back in here so we can ask him how he thinks about this. Was like, I want us to be a family, the three of us. It's like, oh, do you guys want them together? You guys tell me. Do you guys want them together? I mean, because he wants to like raise it like we're together, and Ridge can still be a part of his granddad, but let's the three of us figure this out. You tell me, everybody, if that's something that should happen or not. Ridge is a punk. Brooke's not a bad person. She just has a friendly for JJ. I know, it's so funny. Brooke is just like, I mean, the men come to her. The men love her, don't they, on this show? This show's been on 29 years, and she's been on the whole time, and them women, Mm-hmm. But I agree with you guys. I think Bill should have the balls to leave Katie and let her deal with her alcoholism or her addiction, because they usually say a lot of times in AA, someone who's coming out of addiction or is becoming sober, you should have a year of sobriety. and he shouldn't be with anybody. So she needs to kind of focus on herself. I think so. I think Carmass should try to be together. Well, I guess so. So Caroline don't want Thomas. Caroline wants Thomas, but she won't admit it. Well, I think it seems to be. I kind of agree with you guys. It's kind of divided. It's kind of like, well, she seems like she does love Ridge. But he's an older man. Maybe there's something fatherly there, but she seems like she does love him. Her and Thomas had that steamy one night stand. Was that indicative of something more underneath? So, Michelle, you like Ridge. I like Caroline and Ridge together. I have no problem with them being together. I have none at all. So I guess it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. On Tuesday, Ridge and Brooke had the little reminiscing when he first came back, which of course is when Torsten K became Ridge after Ron Moss left. He was gone for a while, and they showed that scene together. And I like the fact that I want Ridge and Brooke just to be friends. I think they have a child, RJ, who we never see. But I think they should just be friends because they've been through a lot together, and I can see them just being really honest with each other, and just loving each other and being honest with each other, and that's it. I mean, they don't have to be together. I don't think, to do that. So I'm kind of with that. Meanwhile, Bill is thinking about Brooke, of course. He calls Brooke, he's like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm busy. And they hang the phone. I love that. But Rich is trying to talk to her, and he's really trying to tell her, be a strong woman again. And then, of course, he tells her about his situation with Caroline and Douglas and all that, and being King Ridge. So it's kind of crazy. Bill had champagne and caviar set up for the meeting with Wyatt and Steffi and all them. So it's kind of nice. And actually, there's a character on that episode that day, which I'm going to talk about next in my segment. So I'll keep that in mind. Steffi does see value in the whole thing that Liam wants to do a foundation. Meanwhile, Wyatt and Bill are more like, let's just continue doing money. We give to charities when we can, but we don't want to cut into the profits. Liam, you have some money, do it yourself. I also like that Wyatt and Bill are like, well, we employ thousands of people, so that's like giving back to the community, which I guess on some level that is true, right? It's kind of true. But Liam's like, okay, I'll do it on my own. Screw you. I'll just do it on my own. You guys aren't being any help. I'll just do it on my own. I was like, okay. Now, meanwhile, Wyatt has a great idea, which is very, yes, RJ needs to come back. At this point, he could be a young man. He should come on and go after Sasha. And kind of work the whole Zendy, Sasha, Nicole, Zend. I mean, there could be a whole little quadrangle there. So I'm saying, yeah, Steffi and Wyatt, they're okay, I guess. I don't mind them so much. I really am a Liam Steffi fan. So, I don't know. Anyway, so Steffi has hundreds of thousands of followers. Very timely subject. And Wyatt has a really great idea, having a face of Spencer. It's something he wants to kind of bring up and bring in a younger demographic and using social media, which is very timely and works. And he wants to do like a luxury lifestyle because that seems to be back in again, which is kind of true. I don't know if you guys watch The Rich Kids of Beverly Hills and all the Real Housewife franchises. They're very much about money, and it's all back to that again. For a while it wasn't in, and now it's kind of back again to show people with money. Million dollar listing, almost anything on Bravo, and have things on E. They're all about the Shaws of Sunset and all this kind of stuff. So they want to build a brand where it's younger, and people get to have a chance to, they'll pop a product and then people will buy it and Steffi will be the face. And she worked magic at Forrester, and she's not really down for it at first. She's like, oh, I'm not sure, I don't want to do that. And Wyatt and Will's all for it. He's like, sure. And Wyatt's trying to convince her. So let's see. Oh, so Mel, you said you heard RJ was being casted older. Okay, good. He'll be back on. He needs to come back. So then of course, later on, we have Brooke and Bill, because Brooke comes over, of course, to tell, this is it. This is enough. We have to stop this now. We hear her protesting. Bill tries to bring her into the napping room. We're going to call it the napping room from now on, because that was so funny when they said that last week, the napping room. So it's just like, he's like, come on. And she's like, no, not the napping room. I'm trying to get in there. Is it me, or is Wyatt so insecure that he has to try to keep Steffi close? Well, I would be a little insecure too. I mean, you can't live with somebody or sleep with somebody and not feel that there's some pull outside of that, I would think, right? I think it's going to be a little pull there. There might be a little bit. We're gonna get to Eric. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. That's another day or so. But yeah, so I just think it's really funny. So Brooke and Bill, they start to kiss because Bill is totally in. He is he's like a young dog in heat. He's like pulling her in. Then Ridge comes in. That's enough. Okay, Ridge. He's like, that's enough. Oh my God. So we got Liam's going on his own, trying to do a foundation. Brooke's trying to fight off Bill, and Rich is like, "You're done." I was like, "Okay, that's right." He was like, "That is it." Yeah. So yeah. So that was the first part of the week, of course, Monday and Tuesday. But because of that day, as you guys know, I do segments. Some of them are rotating. I kind of rotate segments in and out. Some are reoccurring. Some are every day. I'm debuting a new segment. Make sure I have my what I wanted to say out. Okay, let's do this. I have all these notes. And okay, I got it. Okay, this is called the Bold Scene Stealer. And I have two pictures we're going to show. I thought this actress was so funny. Her name was Marcy. She was on Tuesday's episode. She was the caterer that was setting up the stuff. So James, we can show the first picture so I can describe that one. I don't know if I can see it, so I can describe that one to people. But her real name is Debbie. Well, if I mispronounce this, Debbie, I'm so sorry. Weiner or Warner. And she played the caterer, and there's Steffi and Y walking in, and she was a Survivor contestant. I forgot which Survivor she was on, but all CBS cross promotion, and Bold and Beautiful sometimes brings on Big Brother, Survivor, Amazing Race contestants on the show. I know Jeff Schroeder was on from Big Brother, Rachel Riley was on, so they come on in different roles like waiters and things. So she was a caterer on there, and she was so funny. She was like, "Yeah, I was because I was in the juggling arts. I was a search and rescue, which is what she does in real life. She rescues animals. A photographer, a model, and when her and Steffi were taking selfies, I couldn't stop laughing. That was just such a cute scene. We'll show the next picture of her. That's her with the castmates during that scene. And there you are. There's a great scene with them. So she was funny. I want to see more of Marcy. Come on, Marcy. I want to see as that person who comes in who's like a jack of all trades and just keeps revealing thing after thing. But her doing those selfies with Steffi made me laugh. And she's my first bold scene stealer. That's all right. Okay, before we go to Wednesday, let me see what's going on here in the chat room. You guys are talking. I love it. Bill says to hell with loyalty. Wow. Okay, that's fine. We are walking that fine line of the bridge road. Amber's Baby, yes, we are. It's as I said, I feel like they might be trying to put them back in the orbit because will Caroline go with Thomas? And will Bill stay with Katie? Will those two get together? I mean, it wouldn't be too out of the realm of possibility, right, you guys? Yeah, Marcy, you did everything. I know she did everything. That was so funny. She kept saying, "Well, I did this, and when I did that, and when I did this, I couldn't just." Her delivery, everything was just so funny. She did the most of her like 5 minutes. I was like, that's a scene stealer. The most of her 5 minutes. Beatrice, Brooke needs to stop acting like she needs a man to say it. I know, and she said that. She kind of said, "I don't need a man. Like, why do I feel like I need a man all the time?" Like, girl, I'm like, you need to like just be your own woman for a while. Let the men go. But she's man hungry. So now we're going to Wednesday. Yes, now we're going to Wednesday. Let's see. Yeah, Allison's funny. Allison's the secretary, of course, that for Brooke. She's hilarious too. She's always so funny on there too. Okay, so on Wednesday, Ridge and Bill get into it. Leave her alone. They argue about Katie and Brooke. He's like, "Who are you to talk to Ridge?" I mean, everybody's done wrong, right? On the show, everybody's guilty of something. But I always say there's still truth in stuff. It may be, the messenger may not be pure, but the message is still in there. I kind of maintain that. It's in there. I remember Ridge and Katie almost had a little thing going too, and there's some caring there also there. So, but Brooke's like, this stops today. This stops today. And Bill goes out, and Ridge and Brooke talk a little later, and she's like, I'm trying. There you go. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, that kitchen at Bill and Katie's house has got a lot of use. And again, those huge asparagus. Have you ever seen such bigger asparagus? I'm like, where are they pumped with steroids? Like, how are these asparagus just like, hello? I mean, they're so huge. And she was manhandling them. It was kind of crazy. So she's in the kitchen. And Rick's there. Little nephew Rick is there. And little Will, oh my God, played by Heather Tom's real life son, Zane, was in his policeman outfit this time. And he was like arresting Rick. It was so cute. Her son is just the cutest little thing. And they were in there. And Heather and I made jokes about the asparagus last week. Get to watch the show there. But she asked Rick point blank, I know you said that Brooke is seeing somebody new. Is it my husband? I was like, mm. Now, Rick really thinks it's not. Rick is like, no, she wouldn't do that to you this time again. And she wouldn't do that. And I really believe that Rick thinks that she wouldn't do this. Even though Rick should know his mother by now, right? She's up with her daughter's husbands and boyfriends and things. I mean, she had a kid. She had hope. And I was like, that's because of Bridget. And I mean, that's just all crazy stuff. So I think it's funny that he kind of stood up for his mother, like, well, no, it should be okay. And Brooke loves you, and everybody should be fine. And I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. And then Bill comes home, and she pours out the alcohol, of course, again. I'm like, don't pour out the alcohol. It's like a big bottle. No, just kidding. Yes, they had to pour it out. And so then they have a talk. So this is what we were talking about earlier. So they start to talk about this life and her insecurities. And Bill really, again, he's playing it off, which I agree with you guys in the chat room. It's not good. Michelle, I feel like I've never seen Rick and Katie's son interact before now. Me too. Kind of weird, because they talked about Lizzie, which is his new daughter, Elizabeth Nicole, and they're all cousins. They're all related, and I don't remember them playing together either. So it's kind of cool they were playing together. I like when they do family stuff. Yes, I agree. You should bring back Marcus and Daisy. They're family also. They're all part of the Logans, and I think you should bring them on. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna have actually Marcus's father on this show in about 3 weeks. So we'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, so I like seeing when there's family generational stuff that happens. That makes me very happy when that happens. Meanwhile, Wyatt and Steffi are talking still about her being the face of Spencer. She's still kind of him and hawing about it, and he's trying to get her into it, and they're getting all chummy and cutesy, and Gwen walks in. Yes, yeah, I see you guys are already cussing about Gwen on here already. Quinn on here already. Hi, Julie Little from Australia. Hi from Australia. Is it like morning time there? I don't know, or afternoon? I can't tell. Is it winter there? Because it's summer here. Wow. Well, thanks for watching us. I'm so excited that you guys are tuning in. So Steffi stands her ground. Steffi's like, no, I'm a bad bitch, and I'm going to step my ground. You need to get out. You are crazy. You are dangerous. You need to get out. Wyatt is torn, of course, which I think is understandable, but he knows his mother's kind of a little crazy, but that's his mother. I mean, what are you going to do? And she's like, and she starts playing off like, well, I just want to see my son, and we're family, and I know I did wrong, but, and Steffi ain't buying it. I think Steffi is genuinely nervous about her. I don't know what you guys think, but I think she is. She's genuinely nervous, and I think, oh, it's afternoon. Okay, hi, afternoon there. Oh, happy afternoon there. And I really believe that she is being this, like, trying to be strong, but she's scared. Because Quinn is completely a wild card. You don't know what she's going to do. But Quinn, I think, really does love her son Wyatt. That's one thing. She does love him. And that's one thing. She has nothing against him. So that should be very interesting. It's an interesting triangle there because it's your mother, but she did some weird stuff to your brother, and then you have your wife, and it's going to be kind of tough. But she drew the line. Steffi drew the line and was like, I don't want to see you ever again. That's it. She was like, that's it. Then Quinn goes home. I need a drink for this really quick because I could not see this coming. Oh. Quinn touches an arm, touches a leg, moves her hand up, goes down, and then, what did he say? She says, you're still here. He says, I can't get enough of you. They show the face. They start to kiss. It's Eric. What? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you kidnapped Eric? And it's funny, but then I saw he wasn't tied up or anything. And that's how it ended on Wednesday. Eric was my bold bring back last week subject. And I was like, where is he? Well, Heather Tom, who was on here, said there's some good stuff coming up. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's how Wednesday ended. Could not believe it. Yeah, it's crazy. And now my bold bring back, I don't have it this week, but like, where is Deacon? Like, I agree with you guys. Where's Deacon? I know, Michelle, I thought the same thing. I thought, oh my God, it's Liam again. but it was him. Happy 4th, Julie. Thank you. Not feeling Quinn and Eric, but yet it was a total shock. I didn't see it coming. I know. Soaps do keep it in the family. Quinn still wants Liam. I agree with you on that one. I know. So how did it happen, Julie? I have no idea. We don't know yet. That's the whole thing. All of a sudden, they're kissing. So that was Wednesday. Now for another regular segment that I do here is called the Bold Soap Other Soap Roll. And that's when you have people who are on this show who have done other soap rolls in the past. And let's not remind you, if you didn't know, something they did in their past. And Dollar Bill, played by Don Diamont, for years played Brad Carlton on Young and the Restless on the Collide Hall. But when he first started, he was the pool boy. And here we're going to show you a couple of pictures of him back in the day. The first picture, I just love the hair. I'm all about the 80s hair. Look at that. Look at that hair. Head full of hair. I love it. And so he was the pool boy. And he, of course, throughout the show, he moved up. And he kind of went on and he started that. And then we'll show the next picture. That's him working it out. He had a different hairstyle. They were working it out. So that was the Bold Soap Other Role this week, which was Don Diamont playing Brad Carlton, who did die, but his heart went somewhere else, to somebody else. So it's kind of crazy. His character was killed off. So there we go there. Okay. Now we got the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday, which were just like crazy talk. Here we go. Stephanie and Wyatt get into a fight. Well, they kind of argue back and forth because that's his mother. And she's like, I get it, she's your mother, but you can go see her wherever you want. Just not up in my house. Because he was like, just don't bring the bitch in my house. You can see her outside. You can go have breakfast and lunch. You can go to Santa Barbara, whatever, to see her, but don't bring her up in my house. She was done. She was done. Yes, I agree. Yeah, okay, that's kind of funny. Then we get to Eric and Quinn. That's the most shocking thing. I agree with you, Nikki. Thought maybe it was a dream sequence. I thought it was something off. I thought it was like, should I adjust my TV set? Like, what's going on here? But they're together, and Eric keeps saying, why do I keep coming back? And she says, you're not stalking me. You're saving me. And she goes into it, I'm a pariah. And he was like real with her. He's like, well, cause and effect. Like bitch, cause and effect. And she's like, yeah, I don't understand why you're not scared of me. And he mentioned, and this is for longtime fans, he mentioned he's always been with bad girls. And he listed them: Sheila, okay, we know Sheila, Sally Spectra, Jackie, and Donna. And it's funny, Quinn was like, I don't get the Donna situation. He's like, come on, look at her. She's hot. Like, look at her. Like you totally get it. It was kind of funny. I noticed I would have, like you guys, I would have never put them together. But I kind of like it a little bit. I don't know how I feel about it completely. I'm with you guys. I don't know what I feel about it. I'm still in shock also. So I wasn't really sure what's going on there, but they like make love again. I mean, they're like sleeping together, but nothing serious, he says. And she's looking to him for redemption, which is a plausible story. I think it's plausible, I think. I mean, you guys don't like that, but I think it's plausible. Meanwhile, Bill and Katie in the kitchen. They're hugging. I love our son. But Katie lays down the gauntlet. She's like, if we ever break up or whatever, I'm taking full custody of our son. And not only that, I'm taking your company too. That's it. Those were some throwaway lines. When she said that, I was like, oh, we're laying the groundwork for something. I think it's going to be really interesting. I mean, is she saying something there? I mean, it's kind of putting the fear of God in him, like, because he loves his son. That's when he does love his son. But she's like, I'll take everything. And she claims, I'm not threatening you, of course. I don't know. Nikisha, I'm thinking that if Eric is with Quinn, maybe a love triangle with Liam, Eric needs to watch himself. Quinn and Eric flirted when she first came on. I think they did. I can't remember. I think they did. I think so. Meanwhile, Ridge and Brooke are finishing up their talk, and Ridge says to her, the only person that can save you is you. So true. It's such a great line. It's so true. And she's like, well, we didn't do it. I was laughing. Well, she kind of was like, we didn't. He's like, oh, okay. Kind of funny, so. And she's like, I wish Stephanie was here. I'm not the slut from the valley anymore. I love that, because we miss some Stephanie, of course. And you guys are saying, why is Eric still doing love scenes? He's still hot. Older man can have sex. They're still going. I have somebody tell me I'm close to 50. It's somebody tell me I can't have sex anymore. You can keep going, get older. They got things for that. Okay, you tried that with Bill before. Yeah, with the whole company thing stuff. Yeah, she tried that before. Love that Katie said that. Go girl. No, I agree. Mike, she did. No, I mean, she laid it down. She was like, yeah, okay, yeah, leave me. Mm-hmm. So Liam goes to the office looking for Bill's like secret stash of money. He called Bill, and Bill's like, he's like, I need like $5,000 cash. He's like, go to your bank, go to your ATM or whatever, and just like hung up on him. He goes, the napping room is locked because they call him the napping room. Allison says she'll get the money. Well, meanwhile, Liam and Katie are in the kitchen. They go back and go into the kitchen. Are you my friend? And now this is what somebody brought up in here a little earlier. Oh my, you guys are okay, Cheyenne with the hashtag. I'm going to repeat that on TV. I see it in here, but I'm going to leave it alone. That's pretty funny, though. Katie and Liam have a little bit of chemistry. I think a little bit there. And someone mentioned that in here, that what about those two together? So I could see it. But they are kind of like friends. I mean, they're kind of friendly. And she's always talking to him. So, and she asked him, how many secrets are you keeping for your father? And Liam's like, mm-hmm. And meanwhile, old man Eric and Quinn are finishing up. And she says, she gives him his key so he can leave. And he returns the key to her place. And she's like, no, I want you to have it. And just in case, if you're lonely or whatever. And he's like, he's realistic. He's like, when are you going to blackmail me at some point? You know, this is not good for me. I got to be careful of my kids, my grandkids. Like, Steffi can't find out. I mean, this whole thing would be so explosive if it came out that he's seeing Quinn. I guess it's kind of crazy. Basically it's just sex, whatever. And so, but she's like, no, it's okay. And I mean, she really seems like she sees redemption in herself with him. So, if Quinn gets preggo, hypothetically, maybe who's the daddy storyline? Eric called her honey bear. Oh, that's so funny. Eric had Viagra with Donna. Yes, he did have that with that. Cannot wait until tomorrow for Liam to call Bill out. Well, I don't know. Is tomorrow's episode preempted because 4th of July? I'm not sure. Well, we'll see. Mike DVR will DVR it. If it's not, it may be Tuesday. The name, Killam? I know, the shipping name. I don't want Brad to go down the Katie and Liam route. We already had that watch Queen. I guess they shouldn't be together. But I do see a little bit of chemistry, I guess. But here's the part that got me at the end of Thursday's episode. Steffi is laying there because her and Wyatt had sex. She's staring into the fireplace. It's July in LA. It's effing hot out here. I don't understand who's having a fireplace on in July. I got a fireplace in that is not turned on. Trust me, it is turned off. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It will be on tomorrow. Okay, thank you, Ethel. I mean, I'm DVRing it, so it'll be on. Oh, they said Quinn's going to be pregnant. Interesting. I guess we'll find out, won't we? But again, a fireplace in July in Los Angeles. Come on, girl. Not buying that one. Then we have Friday, which was, a good episode. And Steffi's working out. And as always, as me and Heather joked when she was on, Thomas comes in shirtless. Because meanwhile, Steffi's thinking about Liam and Quinn, that whole situation. He comes in. He walks in. He's working out. He feels like, he said it, I feel like you and Liam will get back together or find a way back to each other. He feels that kind of. I think he likes Liam. And as a person. July winter is in. At night at the beach, it does get chilly. Okay, I live near the beach in Los Angeles. I'm telling you, I live near the beach. And it can, but recently it hasn't been. Recently it's been super hot. This whole, all of June and going into July now, it's been really warm, even at the beach area. So this makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. Yeah, it's winter in Australia. You guys are wintering down there right now. So this is kind of weird. But anyway, of course, it's dramatic license. They can do whatever they want, of course, on the show. Now, Liam and Katie are talking, and because he checks on her, he feels bad from before, the talk before, he checks on her, and she's like, I just want to check on you, make sure you're okay. And he does admit that he kind of resents Bill and Wyatt. Wyatt not so much because he couldn't help himself. I mean, it just kind of happened. He thought Liam was gone. But he resents Bill, which he has a right to resent them. But it's almost like, well, I don't know if would you guys agree? Should you just let it go? I don't know. I said this before, I love the Stephanie and Thomas brother-sister scenes. And I talked to Pearson about that, and he loves working with her. And they do have a very brother-sisterly vibe. I like that a lot, actually. I do. Child, when having sex, who needs a fire? Why doesn't Thomas tell Stephanie about Douglas? Oh, yeah, he didn't tell her about Douglas. You're right. It's so crazy. They were together. It's just happy. He should be elated. He has a son. That he could actually admit it. You're right. He didn't say anything. I didn't even write that down on my notes. Thanks for catching that, Beatrice. I totally forgot about that. He didn't. But Nikisha, you feel me, girl. You like it. That's kind of weird with the whole fireplace in July. All of Stephanie's flashbacks of Liam tell me she doesn't want Wyatt. Maybe he's an obligation. Maybe. I feel like she does care about him on some level, but I think what has happened now is reminding her why what she could have had with Liam. So she can't stop thinking about, what you could have almost had. You keep thinking about that. I'll see what it is, I guess. I don't know. Again, Brooke and Bill are in the napping room. The napping room. I need a napping room in my office. And they're like, we can't do this, we can't do this. Liam walks in. First, the door is locked. And then Brooke tries to leave, she unlocks the door, but then they get pulled back into talking. And she's like, my brother died, and his heart beats in Katie, and I'm not here to break her heart all over again. My brother would not like this, and oh my God, and blah, blah, blah. Well, all this is happening as Bill says, I will always love you, and Liam peeks open the door and hears and sees everything. He even sees them kiss. Yes. Wait till you see what happens there. You're right, he's going to tell Bill all up about himself, about his obligations to Katie, how hypocritical he is. It's going to be such a good scene. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. It's so good. Meanwhile, Quinn and Wyatt, I'll say that 5 times fast, meet up. Come back, Hope. Hope is one that I've seen online. People either love her or don't love her. So it's really interesting. And Ivy, too. So I'm really curious. They need to bring some of them back on the show if people would like them or not. I like that Wyatt's like, you seem different. You have a positive glow about yourself, and that's not good. That would be my quote of the week, actually. You have a positive glow about you, and that can't be good. I love that line. But he says, you'll always be in my life. You're my mother. You'll always be my life. But you have to stay away right now. I do see the change, and I'm proud of you. But for his wife's sake, you got to stay away. Yeah. You claim that you guys, Amber says, Steffi is busy listening to everyone else instead of her heart and what she really wants. I agree. Meanwhile, Eric thinks of Quinn, but he's thinking, I'm going to try my best not to be around her, so I'll call Thomas. Let's have lunch. He's like, I'm busy. Let's call Ridge. He has plans. He has a text from his brother John, who's on vacation. He's like, gosh, I'm on that trip. Then Quinn shows up in long jackets. She takes it off and has her negligee. I'm bringing the words back. Negligee. Yes, she does. And they kiss. So I agree with you guys. I don't even know how this happened, how they get together. I hope they explain it. I don't understand. It's just crazy. I don't know how this happened. I was completely shocked by this turn of events. But I'm happy to see John McCook in a storyline that actually fits his past. And I'm really curious to see where they go with this. When we find if they really fall in love with each other, I don't know. Why does the kiss ass? Where's Thorne? Where is Thorne? He might be my next, one of my subjects. And Ivy. Well, Ivy's still on the show, but I don't know where she is. I don't know. Yeah, Eric is lonely. So I don't, I get where he's coming from. I get that he's lonely. Older guy, lonely. Stephanie's gone. He needs companionship. He's a hot older guy. He needs some companionship. That's right. So that was the week that was. Well, I'll read some more of your comments in a second, but we're going to do a trivia question. So you guys, there's 19 people in here. We're going to do a trivia question. I'm giving away, if you answer correctly, I'm giving away this beautiful, tall, big mug from Randy's Donuts and a signed picture from Pearson Faudet. That's your present. I will send it to you. So here's a trivia question, you guys. So I want you guys to get ready. And the first person to answer correctly will win the prize. Okay. Get ready. Here's the present. Here's the present. Here's the trivia question. Ooh, I love this. Where and how did Brooke and Ridge meet? This was back in 1987. You have a few minutes to get it together. Where and how did Brooke and Ridge meet? That's right. I'm gonna have a little drink while you're thinking about it. Gin and juice. So while you guys are thinking about that, I'll look for see if the answers are in here. I'm going to tell you a little bit of news, and that is next Sunday. That's June 10th. Unfortunately, won't not be a show. Sorry, you guys. There will be no show next Sunday, but we will return in 2 weeks on July 17th with superfan and co-host Walker Ragsdale will be in here with me, co-hosting the show. He's a lot of fun. We'll have some fun there. And the week after that, on July 24th, Aaron D. Spears will be on. He plays Justin Barber. We're going to talk about where is he, what's going on, his on-screen friendship with Dollar Bill, all that stuff. We're going to talk about that so much. And he'll be on the show July 24th. So no show July 10th, but 2 shows on the 17th and 24th with guests on there. And, okay, I see the answers in here. Okay. Michelle, you are... Okay, let's see what's going on. I'm seeing the answers. Okay. I gotta make sure which one's all correct. Because I asked you where and how. So the answer is yes, at the Forrester house at Stephanie's party, and Brooke was a caterer. So let me see who answered both of those together. And it was with her mom, yes, exactly. With her mom, Brooke was a caterer. But yeah, both answers, let's see, came with her party with her mother. Okay, you guys are all, okay, so I need, let's see. Okay. Guess you guys are all kind of correct. I guess who's the close. I guess who's the. I'll pick the first one of the group. So I guess the answer will go to since your birthday is Ethel. Ethel, you are the winner. She was a catering party with her mother. Yes, and I went ahead of the drum roll. Like, dang it, I should do it better. Let's try it one more time. Let's do the drum roll one more time again. The winner is Ethel. There you go, Ethel. You are the winner. You're the winner of these 2 lovely prizes. Private message me on social media, either the Bowl Breakdown page, private message you, or James Lott Jr. Private message me your address, and I will send it to you. But yes, but you guys were all correct on some level. She was a caterer. She was at study party. So congratulations, Ethel. I think it's the first time you won a prize with us. That's really nice. I'm gonna give more prizes away as we go along. You know, I do prizes on the show, so you guys will all have a chance, of course, on here. But you guys were good. You guys were good. You guys were fast. You guys knew exactly. That's one of the major storylines why she became involved. Because Rich at the time was with Caroline. It was a whole big story there. The original Caroline. Michelle, the 17th is your birthday. Well, when you come back, we'll have a fun person. I'll make sure I give you a shout out on your birthday. So yes, it's really good. Congratulations. I like that. Well, folks, that's the end of our show today. You guys are the greatest people. You are so warm and friendly, and you comment before the show, after the show, on the YouTube channel. Continue to comment on YouTube. Rate me. Give me 5 stars. Rate me on the YouTube channel. I'm under the Bold and the Beautiful After Show. Go there. Let the higher ups see how much you like this show and my performance. I love doing this show so much. It's so much fun to me to end my Sunday nights with you guys. You can follow us on the Bold Breakdown page on Facebook. Use the hashtag Bold Breakdown on Twitter at my handle James Lott Jr. and Jr. is spelled out. You guys are just the greatest. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed with a drink in my hand, I'm sure. Have a great 4th of July. Be safe, and I'll talk to you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.